I am Venerable Bhikkhu Praghyalok. I am the abbot of this temple, SHREE SUMANGAL VIHARA, and International Monastic Buddhist College. I am the founder of this college, founder president. Today's topic to be talk, how to be happy in this life. Based on the Buddha's teachings, it is very important to take a quote what the Buddha said for our harmonious and peaceful life. Buddha once said, Sabba papa sa akaranang kusalasa upasampada sachitta pariyadapanang etang buddhana sasanang. So this is the Pali quote, Pali stanza, which means Sabba papa sa akaran, not to do any evil. The second part of the second stanza is Kusalasa upasampada, but to do the wholesome deed. Sachitta pariyadapanang. The third part of this stanza is to develop one's mind into meditation. Etam buddhana sasanam. These are the teachings of all the Buddha. So according to this stanza, it is very clear that in order to have a peaceful and happy life, we have to think in our daily basis while living in the family, in the society, in the country. If one has a thinking about day-to-day life, how to be peaceful and a happy life, we have to remember these teachings. Not to do any evil. Let us try to understand what are the evil things. Evil things means harmful to oneself and harmful to others. If it is not harmful to oneself, it cannot be harmful to others as well. So that is why the Buddha frequently mentioned that think about if you really love by yourself, you should be prevented or you should be away from doing any unnecessary evil things. So this is a very clear message of the Buddha. If it is not harmful and not evil, then it is very clear that there will be a peaceful and a happy, because we don't have to worry about oneself. We worry by ourselves whenever we do things unnecessary. Therefore, each and every deed, verbal action or physical action, verbal action is to be prevent from telling lies, prevent from talking unnecessary things, prevent from using harsh word, prevent from talking someone's behind. So when we think about this, the Buddha's teachings based on the samyak vacha, right speech, that is so-called right speech. the whole society based on what we talk. Talking is very, very important. So each and every word that we use, we have to rethink about whether I am using the rightful word, whether I am using that not harmful to others. So these are the very social harmonious that we have to think about. So this is what, according to the Eightfold Noble Path, Samyak Vacha is one of them, right speech. And the right action is also very important. Samma Kammanta, according to the Eightfold Noble Path. Samma Kammanta means the right action. What are the right actions? Not to harm any beings. That's what, whenever we observe the 5 precepts, so-called Panchasila, the very first one is Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadan Samadhyami. I observe the precepts not to harm any beings. That means full of loving kindness. Likewise, whenever we do the meditation in loving kindness, we think about oneself. There is no any other being more than loving to oneself. First, to love oneself, and after that, love to others. Because oneself is more important than anything else. So that is why Buddha said, we as a human being should develop the loving kindness. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be free from danger, may I be free from any enmities. So these are the very short sayings of when we practice meditation on loving kindness. So this is the teachings of the very first moral teachings of the Buddha, so-called Panchasila. And the second one is not to take what is not given, or not to steal anything that is not belong to oneself. And the third one is to live according to the society moral law. And fourth one is not to tell lies, as I mentioned earlier. And the fifth one is not to be intoxicated. Whenever we have the intoxications, we do not know what I am thinking, what I am doing. So that is why Buddha mentioned simple these 5 moral rules and regulations to be harmonious and peaceful in the society. So we as a human being, we have to develop our moral way of life, ethical way of life. So that's why the second part of the Buddha's teaching is kusalasa upasampada, but to develop wholesome deed. Avoid the evil things and to have a wholesome deed. Wholesome deed, physically wholesome and verbal wholesome thing. So action and our words, verbals, whatever we talk in the society, so that should be very harmonious and very peaceful. Peaceful for oneself, harmonious for oneself, and that definitely bring the harmonious and peaceful one's life and in the family and definitely in the society. And for this message, according to the Buddha's teachings, we have to develop the mind, because mind is much more important than our body. Body does, and we verbally put into action because of our thought. If we have the wholesome thought, then physical action and verbal action will be wholesome. So if our thought is not wholesome, then the both physical and verbal action will be bad. So that is why Buddha clearly mentioned that we have to develop our own mind. Mind is much more important than our physical body. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we feel physically, all these actions should be clear by our own mind. So that's why this message gives very clear about the Buddha's teachings, sabba papa sakaranang, not to do any evil, kusalasa upasampada, but to do wholesome deed, sachitta pariyadapanang, develop one's own mind, etang buddhana sasanang. These are the teachings of the Buddha. So in this very short message about the Buddha's teachings, as we are the human beings, only we are able to think what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is not right, what is wholesome, what is not wholesome. Only human beings have this capacity. So therefore, let us think about this Buddha's teaching and have a very happy, peaceful, and a harmonious life. Thank you.